And here we are again. I went back and checked. I thought maybe I had kept the mute on through some of it, but it seems like it's the last broadcast was intact, so I'll leave it. I was fairly determined to get this rail done. Um, and I will get it done. So many things in my life that I've been determined to do, I failed in. Sometimes I feel like a failure. I feel like a failure to those I love. I feel like a failure to my wife and to my child. And I promised her I would get this rail done, and I will not fail my child. I have another child. She's 16. Paid child support all my life. I'm sort of behind on it right now because I'm jobless. I'll get back on my feet soon enough. I always have. I dropped out of school to go to work to pay for my child, and a lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people would just dodge that. But I went right into work. Crappy work. And I'm facing it yet again. I've even been looking for jobs online, even overseas, in surveying, particularly India. Me and my wife, we were looking into missionary work in India. But I don't even know if she is a Christian. I really don't care if she is. I am, but I don't actually care if she shares my faith. I would still want her. I would still be devoted to my family. Thought about this a lot. Maybe I should have sunk into sin with her more. I would. I've sinned with her and other things. I looked at pornography when I shouldn't have. That was a very unchristian thing to do, so why should I not indulge her fantasies and her sins as they are in the Bible when I would indulge my own, so. I wish I could say these things to her, but at this point in time I can't. I made a vow not to speak of our relationship on the only profile she would talk to me on Facebook. She blocked my main profile, so I can't speak of these things here, and I have another profile I can talk to her on. I've got... I guess I should make another one for this, actually. I might do that. If she'll accept it, but I doubt she would. But I still should try. But, the one profile that she still speaks to me on and eventually even looked at my messages. She wouldn't even look at them for a long time, but she has recently, which sort of gives me hope, but not. Is devoted to our family, to my daughter specifically, and I promised her there I would not speak of our relationship, and I haven't. Although posted a lot of poems on it. And I don't know if she saw any of them. I've been writing a lot more. I've mentioned that before, poetry. And I should have wrote those poems for her before. Oh, Lord, I should have. I didn't. And I should have. They'd have been a lot different. A lot of the poems I've even posted on there, she can't even see them. I seal them up. Some of them are kind of dirty, actually, and oh, Lord, don't let me die here. Oh, this is bad. Lava. Oh, Lord. Oh, thank you. Oh, hardcore. But it gets my blood pumping. It's the only way I can even play games anymore. It was like that for a while. Even when I was with her. The only games I play are the ones where death means something. Death means something in this one. If I die here, I failed. I can reload the world again. In games, you can always try over. Oh no, I'm lost now. But I'll find my way out. Here it is. Oh, I have a compass too, so. But, in some games, that don't mean anything. But the way I'm playing this game right now, death really means something, and I don't want to die. I've died 3 times on this map. I've recorded them all, actually, there. But I really don't want to die before this one, before Alizas gets to see what I built for her here, my daughter. I have to fulfill my promise to her. I can't die. I just can't. Even if I get in lava or whatever, I have to try to live and at least make that rail happen. We're going to try to build this rail. I told her I will build a rail that connected the 2 towns, so. Pretty adamant about that. And I admit I've been drinking. I probably shouldn't even be playing. I should probably wait. But I've been drinking a lot. And I gave up a lot of other things. And drinking and smoking cigarettes is about my only 2 vices now. I rejected all the others, and including pornography. And if you're listening, I would implore you to also reject pornography. It's bad. My love, she found some pornography on a computer that I had. I don't look at it a lot. I did. I tried to fight it. At times I failed. Like I said, she didn't ever make me feel sexy. She didn't ever come to me. I guess I didn't make her feel sexy. And at times I used pornography to just get myself off or whatever. And I even admitted that to her. It didn't seem like it was a big deal at the time. The thing that makes me mad is that when I confessed this, suddenly it was a big deal, when these other things were a big deal before. But suddenly when I confessed that to her, that was a big deal, and then she blocked me, and on my main profile, the one she approached me with. And I wish she'd come to me about that before. And I wish it didn't have to come to this, to her actually really committing adultery and thinking that I was committing adultery with that. I was not. I was just I didn't even look at the women. I just looked at the act. I would, skip through to the times when, oh, this is so hard to talk about. I don't want any of these things to be X-rated, but you need to avoid pornography. It's bad. I should have known that. I should have known better. And I made a mistake with that. And I've corrected that mistake, even though she doesn't believe that I have right now, and I don't blame her for that. I have trouble believing her on things, quite frankly. But I haven't lied to her. If she'd have come to me, I would have confessed. I will always confess. I confess here now that I made a mistake. And it didn't mean that she wasn't not beautiful to me, or it's just we were parents, and there were so many times when, and this is hard to admit as a man, but if you're a woman listening, hear my words here. Sometimes a man wants you to come to him. Sometimes a man wants to feel sexy and wanted, and it shouldn't always be the man to come to the woman for adult things. If it's always the man that comes to the woman, the man will sometimes feel unsexy, and I have issues with that, with the way we were before. I felt I let her down before, and I've carried those issues through every relationship I've had since. That I couldn't please a woman, that I was inadequate, and the way she left me and ignored me for so many years didn't help. And I've tried to face those things and I failed. And she went to another man, approached him and made him feel sexy and like he was wanted. And I wish she had just done that to me just once, other than the time she finally came back to me. I guess she did in that time, but I needed her to do more than that, because I felt like I failed her even before we got back together. And I've been doing a lot of remembering, and actually I don't really want to talk about a lot of these things. They're too personal, actually. These are for her. I've wrote things about it, and she will eventually see them. I hope. I hope she'll look at them. I sometimes dream some of these views are from her, but I know better. She's ignoring me. That's how she has to deal with this. And I guess I'm doing the best I can do with it, but I posted a poem every day on this timeline, the one she hasn't blocked, and I seal them up so only I can see them, and I plan on unsealing them on her birthday. It's a birthday present to her. And I kind of hope she isn't watching this now, because I wanted that to be a surprise, but it's the least I can do. I'm at the bottom of the bottom right now. I don't have a job. I'd like to get her an MP3 player. I might have a job by then. It's in May. And if I do, I'll get her an MP3 player, and I'll put a lot of this music that me and her both like on it. And because she lost her love of music, and that was always painful to me. She didn't like a lot of my music either. I loved pretty much everything she listened to. I never lost my love of music, especially if it's emotional. One of the most ironic things is this Pavarotti song she listens to, and I identify with it now more than I ever wanted to. I'll put on the makeup for her, and the show must go on. And I wonder if that filthy hick she's with now would really even understand that song. I shouldn't have said that. This stuff hurts me though, and I want to be true here. This is where I come to be true. I really wish Shanna did what she did, and a part of me doesn't want to forgive it. A part of me wants to just away. But I guess she feels that way too. I made mistakes too. And I guess she has put me away. But she doesn't need to. She really shouldn't. We belong to each other in a way that most people don't in these days. We really do belong to each other. And I'm determined to hold faithful to that more so than maybe I was when I was with her. And I made mistakes and I hurt her. I shouldn't have done those things. But she should not have done this to me. And she should not have treated me the way she did on the phone tonight. And she should not be so willing to break our family apart for this. And the family that I apprehensively at best gave her. I've had other people, other women I was with ask me for a baby, and I laughed at them. I would never mix my seed with them. I already made that mistake in my youth, and I have a 16-year-old daughter now that doesn't even know I'm her father, and I vowed before I would never make that mistake again. That I would never give a woman my seed. That I would live alone pining after the one that I loved, and I broke all of those vows. I didn't live alone. I was with other women, but I never gave them a baby, but I did her, and I thought she was gonna be with me through the long haul this time. Do better and worse. And I didn't take any vows with her. All our vows were unspoken. All our vows were actually spoken in our actions when we first made love to each other. That's the way I wanted it. Then, I guess I broke all those vows to her, and I should have showed her a lot more passion. I didn't. Wait, the gold is this way. We gotta make those rails. Oh, yeah. But, if you have somebody in your life right now, show them passion. If they've hurt you before, forgive them fully, and, don't let the past haunt you, because it will. It will. It'll try to tear you down, and it did me. Our past with her, haunted me. I didn't despise her. She wanted me to admit that, and I still wouldn't. Although I do kind of now. It's hard not to despise this that I'm going through. I'll never look at her the same way, and I wish I could. I could have before, but not after this. Not after what she chose to leave me for. It changed everything, but maybe in a good way. Maybe even in the way she wants it to be. Maybe I should have been more forceful with her, and maybe I should have had a more pent-up passion. I guess over the years I learned to ignore her. I had to survive what she put me through before, and all those years being alone without her, and I maybe should not have done that. In a way, I should have. When she finally did come back to me, I should have showed her the passion she deserved. Actually, I do not remember how to make rails, so we'll put all this back for now, and I'll make the rails later, I guess. We got the railway made. I wrote a poem about this today. It's sort of secret. I'm not gonna say what's in it. It's kind of dirty. Some of the stuff I've been writing to her is kind of dirty and secret, and no one will ever see it other than her. But I can't remember her first kiss to me. I've been searching through my memory, and I can't remember the first time we kissed. I can remember other things, but I can't remember the first time we ever kissed. It was so long ago, and I'd love to have that memory back. I have memory of other things and other times we were together, good and bad. I remember the last time we kissed, and don't think of her as the villain. She's not. I made mistakes too, in ways, I guess. All of the mistakes are mine. I should have. Did a lot of things differently, and I didn't. And if she'd give me just one more chance, I could rectify all this. I know I could. I'm older now. I can't move on. I don't want to move on. I want to fix my mistakes and have my family back again. And I will. Or I'll be alone the rest of my life. And either way is acceptable to me at this point. Although one is far more fearful than the other, but Either way is acceptable. To those listening, hang in there, and peace be with you, and forgive each other, and people, even when they make mistakes, are a lot more than what you think they are. There's something in there you could never know, and cannot be expressed with the words. And don't be so hasty to throw somebody out just because you're unhappy. Um, it's not a wise decision. Peace be with you all.